Hey, hey, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. Almost. All right. Red, tell me that wasn't a good live. I'm like, why is nobody watching this live? There's like 500 views on it. I'm like, this is probably one of the best lives I've done in a long time. Because I listened to it again. I was like, damn, that was a good live. And like, nobody listened to it. I think they all need to fucking hear it. Um, GW is moving out of mommy's house, and I heard 6 months ago Cletus' first wife owned the house. Clue and he live in it now. Oh, it was good. I called everybody out. I really did. I just went off. Hey, Fana. So let me say hi. What's up, Niece, Red, Rock Jam, Angela, Sweet Sativa, Niece, Bad Wolf. Thank you so much. Kim, thank you so much. Beth, Chantel, Michelle, and I think that's it so far. Yeah, the car live. Wasn't that a good live? I don't know. I thought it was good. I'm fucking sick of this community. I'm sick of all the bullshit. I'm sick of all the assholes. And that's what people want. What can you say? Nothing seems to change. People want to be lied to. They want to be scammed. Enjoy. And here's the fucked up part. Someone showed me this. Do you know that fucking white boy is out doxing people? He doxed the fuck out of War Eagle. I'm not really sure why, but he doxed the fuck out of War Eagle. Why? Like, dude, and nobody's saying anything. I don't know if he wants ass pats from like everyone. I don't know, but it's fucked up. Oh, it's bad. Like, I couldn't listen to the live. I can't listen to him. Not that I dislike him as a person, but I mean, I guess I do. I don't know. But it was horrible. He doxed the fuck out of her for no reason. I just, that's what this community has come to. Just lies, bullshit, ignorance, and subscribers are like, give me more. I honestly, I can't even listen to fucking Britney anymore. I'm at that point too. After what I heard her say, it's like I want to fucking put my head through a wall. And I'm like, this girl's never going to fucking get it, ever. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth getting aggravated over. It's not even worth, like, okay, she's an absolute fucking control freak. But it's like, I'm just bored. There's nobody on anymore. Hey, Sweet Misery. So, you know what they say? If you're going to change, you got to do it yourself. If you want to see change, be the change. That's where I'm at. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about this too. I debated leave YouTube or just fucking change. Yeah, that's what I don't know what she does. They said something about, I don't know, she works at a courthouse or something. But I just don't like what everything has become. It's like I said earlier, it's not even fucking fun anymore. It's like you go live, you get certain people, but it's just not fun anymore. One, you can't get away from Britney. She's not that fucking exciting. Doxing, name calling, guys going after women. It's just not what it used to be. And like I said, it used to be where everybody, I guess so, Randa. It used to be just more fun. Even if you were fighting, it was still fun. It's not fun anymore. It's like, sometimes I'm like, do I even fucking want to go live? I mean, really, in actuality, I can't afford not to, but you know what I mean. And, all the doxing and all the lying and all the fakeness and all the frauds. And, it's like everybody goes lower and lower and lower. And it's exactly. It's past mere drama. It's just nasty and vile and all about Britney. And it's fucking boring. And it's coming from people that are no fucking better. That's the sad part. These people are not any fucking better than Britney. And most of them, well, I can't say most of them. I shouldn't say that. But what really pissed me off today is these people, and this is what I went on a tangent about earlier. Most of them have no idea what it's like to truly be a single mom. They don't know what it's like to not know where they're getting their next meal. They don't know what it's like to not have to figure out how the fuck you're paying rent. They don't know what it's like to raise kids and not have family around. They have no fucking clue what the real world is like. Every single one of them have an excuse. They have one kid, but every single one of them have no real life experience. None of them have ever really worked. None of them have taken their kids to daycare at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. And me neither. Yeah, put your kids through college. But even the ones that are still younger than college age, they just don't know what it's like. And they sit there and they run their mouth. Like Britney last night. I'll give you an example. Britney last night was talking about, people in her chat were talking about, how high rent is. And you would think Britney was on another fucking planet. Obviously, she's never seen rent prices, like ever. I don't know how, but yeah, she's never seen what rent costs because she was in awe that it was $2,000. Dude, that ain't shit. Especially if you have multiple kids. You can't even be in a 2-bedroom. I believe that. 780,000. I don't know about that, but exactly. Fanta, when my kids were little, I used to fucking work when I was at AT&T. After I left Brad, I would get up at 5:30 in the morning, have to get 3 kids ready for daycare. 2 of them went to preschool, had to drop them off, had to be at work by 7:30, and God forbid you were late, like not like a job you can be late for. And I had to do this Monday to Friday, every fucking day by myself. Worked all day, came home, had to take care of 3 kids, went to college at night. Like, I worked my fucking ass off. And I hear these people sit there like, wow, rent's really that high, while they just bash other people. It's like, you don't even know what the fuck it's like to be a single mom. You just have no fucking clue. And yet they want to sit there and judge others. And it's pretty sad. I'm sorry, but it is. It's fucking sad. And I think that's what got to me this morning, was they all sit there in judgment while they were given free homes, while they were fucking, given mom and dad raised their kids, or they still live at home at almost 40 years old. It's pathetic. I know, right, Fanta? I think it's an age thing. Because I say the same thing. I was go, 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 go. Even earned my degree during that time. But yeah, I mean, and I had no family around. But I hear them and I get so frustrated. Like, you don't even fucking know real life. Or these people saying what a great mom they are. You don't even know what it means to be a fucking good mom. Right, Karma? My Karma's a better mom. Whoops. And it's just frustrating. Yeah, I said that earlier, Randa. Oh, your breath stinky. You got stinky breath. Shut up, Winston. And that's another thing I said earlier, Randa, is that it used to be where um everybody would just get along, and like we would fight and we would go back and forth, and then if something bad happened, everyone would come together. Like it was a community. It's not like that anymore. It's fucking horrible now. Aw, niece, I'm sorry. What do you want? Get down. I just said I need grandchildren. I said that to one of Sage's friends today. I said, I need grandchildren. He's like, stop. I said, I do. You guys want to hear a funny story? So Dayton calls me today. He's like, Mom. I said, what? He goes, I think I got cancer. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I felt something in my arm, and it's in my armpit, and I thought it was a pimple, but it's not. And I said, Dayton, I'm sure it's fine. I was like, is it smushy? And he said, yeah. And I said, then it's not cancer. He's like, I don't know, Mom. It's kind of weird. I said, Dayton, you're fine. I promise. We'll go to the doctor when you get home. He's like, you sure I'm not dying? I said, I promise you're not dying. All right. Just checking. I was like, he's such a goober. So, who do you guys want to review? Let's find someone. We need to find someone to review. Hey, Sly. Let's see. Should we see who's live? Yeah, he's like a hypochondriac. He's like, what if it's cancer? I said, it's not cancer. All right. What do we got? We got Fortnite. We got Santa. Ooh, Santa Tracker. We got Fremont Street in Vegas. We got the Vatican. Another Santa Tracker. Santa Tracker. Times Square. There ain't shit on. I'm going to show you guys. There ain't shit on. Ghost Hunters. Panda bears. I love pandas. White House. Yeah, there's like nothing on. Should we go to TikTok? Yeah, we went to Fremont Street. A Christmas Story is on. Should we go to TikTok? I'm on Dayton's account. Let's see what Dayton watches. He watches all guys.
You are not a female. I'm trying to get female opinion up here tonight. Yeah. And I ain't been able to get one yet. I'm just not even gonna. Yeah.
No, I heard about the case, but I didn't follow it. But let me tell you guys about a case. Hold on. If you guys want to talk about a case, check out this case. I was going to bring it to you guys like a while ago. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It is so sad. All right, here's the body cam footage. I'll watch that first. I'll see how much it covers.
We just woke up because she has daycare. Well, I had Jake.
You got anything in your pockets?
My phone.
Newly released body cam video from OKC police shows the moments a Metro couple was arrested in connection with their young daughter's death.
2-year-old Lachlan Rose was mauled by the family's pit bull on November 18th. News 9's Elizabeth Fisk joins us with new details. And Elizabeth, the suspects are still in jail tonight.
That's right, Amanda. Lachlan Rose's parents were originally charged with murder too, but the Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office upped that charge to first-degree murder on Monday.
In body camera video from November 18th, Oklahoma City.
So let me give you guys the background on this story. So this little girl, I'll get into more detail after, but this little girl was already mauled by her dog. I don't know if it was a pit bull, but she was already mauled by the dog previously. And she spent a couple of days in the hospital. So then the father, 2 weeks later, literally the father, 2 fucking weeks later, takes some kind of sleeping pill and locks the dog that just attacked this girl, locks him in the room with her 2 weeks ago. And then the dog mauled her again and killed her. And this poor kid couldn't get out because the dad locked the door from the outside. What in the fuck were you thinking, dude? And then the mom comes home from work and doesn't even check on the daughter. She says she heard heavy breathing. Why would you want to murder your fucking daughter like that? Like, it is sick.
City police can be seen taking 2-year-old Lachlan Rose McGuire's parents into custody after she was found fatally mauled by the family's pit bull named Ella.
Tell them not to open the door up or they're going to get attacked if they open up the door, the other door.
Jordan McGuire, Lachlan's dad, instructed police to shoot Ella. Police say she, along with 2 other dogs in the home, showed signs of malnourishment. According to the affidavit, Ella also had a known history of aggression toward Lachlan. It says she previously severed Lachlan's ear, requiring surgery. The fatal attack happened just 12 days later, after investigators say her parents locked her in her bedroom with the dog.
Are you just planning to go to work in like the next few minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We just woke up because she has daycare. Well, I had Jake.
You got anything in your pockets?
My phone.
Police say Darcy Lambert, Lachlan's mom, told officers when they arrived on scene that her daughter got ate by the pit. The arrest affidavit says the young girl showed signs of a struggle.
Why is he handcuffed? I don't know. Just have a seat.
Oklahoma Human Services was contacted after the initial attack, but it remains unclear why Lachlan was allowed back into the home with a dangerous dog present. DHS said in a statement last month, quote, "The loss of any child's life is heartbreaking, and our Oklahoma Human Services team grieves with the community. The agency is committed to working in collaboration with all involved agencies as they investigate this tragic situation and gather the facts." And
Both of Lachlan's parents remain in custody at the Oklahoma County Jail on $1 million bonds. Amanda.
So maddening. If convicted, McGuire and Lambert could face life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And that is exactly what they fucking deserve. How do you lock this kid? Hey, Blonde, how do you lock your daughter in a room with a dog that just mauled her 12 days prior? Like, her ear was severed off. How many drugs are you on that you would do something like that? This is a little girl. She couldn't even fight. So I hope they throw them away and throw away the key. Lock them up and throw away the key. Oh, I didn't know Long Crime covered it.
On you? I have some weed.
Some weed. Okay.
That's Jordan McGuire being taken into custody after police say his pit bull killed his beautiful little girl.
Is it for the animal cruelty or is it for the other one? Talk about it here. Okay.
I go through this horrific case and why the DA says Lachlan's mom also faces a murder charge. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. If you think the cases that I cover here on Crime Fix are scary, wait until you hear what's happening with your personal data online. You really should. The section of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City police were called to a home on 26th Street, and what the officers found was startling, to say the very least. An officer wrote in a report, on 11/18/2025, I responded to in reference to Darcy Lambert calling into dispatch stating that her 2-year-old daughter, victim 1, Lachlan McGuire, was not breathing. Upon arrival, other officers had entered the residence along with medical and located victim 1 deceased on her bedroom floor. Both Darcy Lambert and Jordan McGuire were placed into patrol cars. Spring Lake supervisors were notified and arrived on scene a short time later. Victim 1 was later transported to the medical examiner's office. Now, it's highly unusual for a 2-year-old to just die, and that's not what happened here, according to police, not at all. A probable cause affidavit goes into more detail. It states, the call notes recorded the calling.
All right, I don't need her voice for this. The call notes recorded the calling party saying, oh, it ate her. Officers arrived on scene and were met by defendant Darcy Lambert. Defendant Lambert is the biological mother of the victim. Defendant Lambert told the officer, my daughter got ate by the pit. The officer approached the front door and made contact with defendant Jordan McGuire. It was later learned defendant McGuire is the biological father of the victim. Defendant McGuire instructed the officer to shoot the dog.
What they wrote in this document is incredibly disturbing.
Hey, Adrian, Merry Christmas.
The officer wrote, defendant McGuire stated, my daughter. The officer walked into the hallway.
All right, I'm going to do that again. Defendant McGuire stated, my daughter. The officer walked into the hallway, turned and observed a 2-year-old female identified as victim LM. The victim had obvious signs of death. The victim was missing pieces of her face and neck. Both of the victim's ears were severed from her skull and were scattered in the bedroom. The victim's hair was wrapped around her finger, which appeared to be consistent with a struggle. The victim's right side of her face had been removed from her ear to her cheek. The left side of her face had been torn off from her ear to below her cheek line. There were clear puncture wounds to the back of the victim's neck that appeared consistent with dog bites. There was what appeared to be blood on the walls, carpet, and mattress in the victim's room. The victim was pronounced deceased on the scene by medical personnel. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Turned and observed a 2-year-old female identified as victim LM. In the affidavit, defendant Lambert and defendant McGuire were read the
Defendant Lambert and defendant McGuire were read the Miranda rights and both voluntarily agreed to speak to investigators without their attorney present. After being read his rights, McGuire stated, I just have a feeling. My gut's telling me I'm going to jail. Yeah, Defendant Lambert stated she was at work until approximately 22:30 hours. When she arrived at the residence, she let out one of the 4 dogs. Lambert heard something like heavy labored breathing coming from the victim's room, but she didn't go check on her. While in her bedroom, she heard someone pouncing noises coming from the victim's room. She later went in the room and found the victim. What?
Miranda warning and both voluntarily and didn't check on her until she heard the bouncing noises. The interview of Lachlan's dad, Jordan McGuire, unfolded with him detailing to police how he put Ella the pit bull in the room with Lachlan. The detective wrote, Defendant McGuire stated he put the victim to bed at approximately 19:30 hours. The victim was put to bed by placing.
All right. Victim was put to bed at 19:30. The victim was put to bed by placing her in a room with Ella. The door to the room had toddler locks on each side of the door, which would have prevented the victim from leaving the room. Defendant McGuire stated he put her in a room with an old phone to watch while she fell asleep. The victim was given the phone because she would cry. The phone stopped her crying. McGuire took some medication and fell asleep. He woke up at approximately 20:45. He checked on the victim and she was sleeping on the mattress with Ella at the end of the mattress. McGuire was woken up by Lambert when she found the victim. Yeah, okay.
Placing her in her room with Ella. The door to the room had toddler locks on each side of the door, which would have prevented the victim from leaving the room. Detectives talked about how violent Ella could be. The black pit bull, Ella, was kept
inside of the room with the victim. Ella was not in a cage. Ella was kept in the room with the victim because she would fight with the other dogs in the residence. McGuire stated Ella would fight the brown pit bull by always going in for the kill. When asked about this, he explained the black pit bull would attempt to attack the brown pit bull's neck. On 11/6, the victim was attacked by the same black pit bull. Ella was taken to OU Children's Hospital. The victim's left ear had been partially severed. The victim's right ear had sustained puncture wounds. Lambert admitted in her interview she believed the initial attack had come from the pit bull, Ella. She admitted the victim required plastic surgery to correct these injuries. Hospital was contacted and investigation was initiated. Oklahoma DHS did not remove the victim from the residence. The opinion of child protection team at Children's Hospital was the injuries were caused by a dog bite. Neither Oklahoma Police Department or Oklahoma AW were notified about the incident. McGuire and Lambert knowingly continued to confine the dog uncaged in the same room with the victim after the attack on 11/6. Subsequently, the pit bull Ella violently attacked the victim, causing her to succumb to the newly sustained injuries. McGuire and Lambert knew Ella's susceptibility to violence towards the victim.
Oh, thank you. You just helped me find something that I needed.
Hey, I'm going to switch out these handcuffs, okay?
I'm not resisting.
No, you're fine. Just so they can get theirs back.
Okay, he'll tell y'all that I haven't been resistant to your whatsoever. Well, is it for the animal cruelty or is it for the other one? Talk about it here. Okay. I don't know why. Can I leave that bag here? I know I can't take it with me. I mean, I'm not.
All right, I'm going to pull these bottom cuffs off. Just bend over just a little bit.
Can you put them in front so I can smoke real quick?
Hold on.
It's kind of hard to smoke with them in the back.
Darcy Lambert and Jordan McGuire, they now face first-degree murder charges in Lachlan's death. District Attorney Vicky Behena said in a statement, "This is an unspeakably tragic case. Lambert and McGuire's complete disregard for the health, safety, and welfare of their child and their failure to protect her despite knowing she was at risk led to her death." So I want to bring in somebody who knows all about prosecuting cases involving pit bulls who kill children. And it's unfortunate that he does know all about this. He is Mark Weaver. He's a prosecutor based in the state of Ohio. He also works sometimes as a judge. So Mark, the minute I learned about this case, I said, I have to call Mark Weaver, because we just spent months and months and months talking about a very similar case in the state of Ohio that you prosecuted, where a pit bull murdered a baby. So your thoughts upon reading this horrific affidavit?
Thanks for having me back on. What a tragic case. Every new fact I read was more troubling to me.
Yes.
In the case that I prosecuted a mother and a father who had recklessly allowed their infant boy, 6-month baby, to be around a dangerous pit bull. Of course, there were other pit bulls in the house, and that child was killed.
Okay, let's also point out that not all pit bulls are bad. It's all how they're trained.
By the pit bull. That was very troubling. But this is far more troubling on several bases. Number one, there was a previous attack. Every animal should have been out of that house after the previous attack on this child. Potentially, the child should have been removed. And the fact that that didn't happen means that the second offense, which is why this is probably being charged as first-degree murder now, because the parents had plenty of notice that this dog was dangerous.
There is so much wrong, according to the affidavit in this case. I mean, we had mom coming home from work, hearing bouncing and heavy breathing coming from her daughter's room, and she did nothing. She did not go to check on her daughter. Usually, you would think mom comes home from work, you'd open the door and poke your head in there just to check anyway, right? You know your husband or your significant other, the father of your child, is asleep. That's just kind of normal. You open the doors and you peek in there just to check.
I was just going to say that. What mother doesn't check on her kids when you come home from work? I've never in my life heard of that. I always check on my kids. Even now, I'll check on my kids. Like if I come home and I don't hear anything, I'll go check in their rooms, the ones that are here.
But even worse than that, you mentioned the previous attack. Days earlier, on November 6th, this is November 18th, November 6th, Ella had ripped Lachlan's ear off nearly, and she had to have it reattached with plastic surgery, and they still let the dog sleep in the room with her. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's worse, right? I mean, everything you said is true, but they locked the child in the room. And their argument is to the police, well, if we had let the dog sleep somewhere else, he might have gotten in a fight with the other dogs. So we're going to put this aggressive, dangerous dog in with our 2-year-old child, who the dog has already bitten. And we're not going to give the child an ability to escape the room because we're going to put a lock on the inside of the door. This is heinous. This is heinous.
It's absolutely heinous. And how about like when your dog nearly rips off your child's ear? Maybe that's the point where you're like, God, maybe we need to give up this dog. And Jordan McGuire, according to the detectives, is talking about how Ella, this dog that's starving for whatever reason, it's not being given food, is going in for the kill on the other dog. So you've got a dog that's aggressive and you're putting it in a bedroom with a 2-year-old. And then we've got the other issue, like a huge red flag to me is the fact that you're even giving a 2-year-old a phone to help the 2-year-old go to sleep. Phones don't help people go to sleep. The blue light, the light, it keeps people awake. It messes with their, melatonin, the whole mess. I could go into a whole thing about that. How about reading your child a book? I mean, there are so many red flags here. That's just like bad parenting.
Yeah, this is really the worst of the worst parenting, short of the parents abusing the child themselves, which is probably the absolute worst. The father thinks it's okay to give a 2-year-old a phone. That's just bad parenting. That's just weak parenting. That's not a crime. You know, most of us who've done the research know you shouldn't have toddlers exposed to devices. That's fine. But the notion of, because the father wants to go take something he calls medication, be interested to find out what that is.
Right.
He then locks the child in the room with the dog.
Okay, I guess I'm a bad parent because my toddlers have phones. Dayton had his own phone by age 4.
And a phone. As a babysitter, as a way to get to sleep, you made a good point that that's not going to work. So far, nothing potentially wrong, illegal with the criminal law, other than probably child endangering with the dog in there. But then he takes enough of his medication that he's out and will be unable to hear and listen for any problem with this child. So he has created the dangerous circumstance, taken the previously injured child who was certainly traumatized. We can't imagine what it would have liked for that child to have had her head and her ear bitten by this dog, and locked her in the room with the dog that attacked her. All of these things suggest really horrible parenting and now criminal actions, and good on the local prosecutor for now bringing first-degree murder charges against both of these parents.
So, Mark, the DA is furious, obviously, in this case, sees that this was a grave, grave injustice, that nobody was protecting little Lachlan in her view. This was originally charged as...
See with Dayton, though, Dayton had to have a phone because he was going back and forth between me and his dad. So, and his dad wouldn't let me talk to him. So I was like, I'm going to get him a phone. So I got him a phone so I can call my son while he was with his dad. That's where he got a phone. And then when the kids got a little older, they wanted phones. And then I'm like, well, you know, they do walk to school, even though it was right around the corner. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to get them all phones. And then they all had phones. Probably, I don't know, 8, 9.
Second-degree murder. Now it's been bumped up to first-degree murder. So what do you think changed? You know, do you think the cops just were holding them on the second-degree murder, and then the DA reviews the charges in the case and is like, no. Like, this was red flag city. And so they're pursuing this as first-degree murder?
It's pretty common for police to file what we call a holder charge, something we know can be used to detain defendants, and then allow the prosecutor, in this case the district attorney, to make a final charging decision. I think the eventual indictment, the one that will go to trial, will feature lesser included charges. You'll have the first degree murder charges. You may have a second degree murder. You have child endangering. The DA will want to give the jury as many options as possible to make sure these two parents go to prison for a very long time. If you overcharge and don't give the jury any other options, there might be a few people unwilling to think that this was an intentional act, and you could get a hung jury.
One thing that's kind of astonishing to me, too, is it almost seems as if the parents, at least Jordan, knew from his statements that what happened was really, really, really wrong. He says, according to the detectives, I have a feeling I'm going to jail. When they're interviewing him, like, I'm going to jail. He knows that what has happened is very bad and that it's criminal.
Yeah, these sound like low functioning people, which is its own tragedy, I suppose, because as we speak, there are millions of children being raised by low functioning people. That doesn't make them bad people. And most, if you know, not the big majority, can parent well. But it puts a lot of children at risk for people who don't understand basic cause and effect. And so that's the best argument a defense lawyer could make, is that, well, my client here is just not the swiftest parent, and so didn't really think through that an emaciated pit bull that had previously attacked my child shouldn't be locked in a room with that child and then not checked on because the father's asleep with his medication and the mother's out working but doesn't check in on her daughter. That's the best argument I think they can come up with, is that somehow these are low functioning parents.
there appear to also be some failures that the police, it's almost like they wanted this information out there, that the Department of Human Services was aware of what happened. They were notified when Lachlan was taken to the hospital in early November when her ear was nearly ripped off and she had to have it repaired by plastic.
No, to be honest with you, Dayton's fine. Like, he really is. He has gotten through this way better than I expected. And he's really fine with it. He just went to his family for a couple of days. You know, Brad's family spent with them, and he's over it. Like, I was afraid that he was going to go there and he was going to be, you know, caught up in the feelings, like, where's dad? He said he wasn't. And now he's with his brother for 9 days. Yeah, so that's really all to this story. It's kind of, I hate the end of these things. Because they're like so boring. They just kind of repeat the same shit. But you guys get the idea. It's a crazy case. And it's sad. I've been meaning to talk about it for like a couple of days now, and I just keep forgetting. So I figured tonight would be good. He does have a good relationship with God. He definitely does. Claims he does. You don't want to talk about what? I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys tell me what you want to talk about. The dog and the baby? Oh. Yeah, it's a fucking crazy case. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to watch JFC's latest video. My buddy. And I keep forgetting. Let's talk about giving no fucks at all the fucks. You too, Alyssa. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm tired. I don't even know why I'm so tired. Too distressing? I don't know where the Discord's coming from. I keep hearing it, but I don't see anything. Which is what? You called me a loser. I know. I did call you a loser for being tired. So what are you guys doing tomorrow? I am cooking for 4 people. Jim can't swim. JCS. He sends me his videos before he puts them out. And his last one, he said, hey, putting out a video, check it out. And I just haven't had the time. Yeah, I'm making salted caramel maple ham, mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and a green bean casserole because Sage loves it. And that's it. Yeah, she's been sick. Let's see. I don't know. You guys like interrogation videos? Oh, her name is Lachlan Rose. Oh, we should watch his latest video. It's how to interrogate a narcissist. By the way, if you don't know his channel, if you like interrogations, he is the bomb. He keeps yelling at me to go back into true crime. There's his link. He's got 5 million subs. He's an amazing guy. He's got, I can't even say he's an amazing guy. It's a whole team. But we can watch it if you want. He won't strike me. He my buddy. Literally, I was in the habit of saying JFC. No, it's JCS. Yeah, JCS. I used to get like all shy when he would comment on my Facebook. And then we just became friends. And now he gives me videos before he even puts them out. But if you guys want to watch it, let me know. I'll put it on. He did quit for a while because he lost monetization. He was, when I first found him, he was the #1 guy in Patreon. The #1 creator in Patreon. I watched his Patreon grow from like fucking God. I think he had 20,000 when I found him, and he was up to like 400,000 in like a year. But there's like a whole bunch of them. It's not just one person. He told me there's a whole team that does everything. And then YouTube took away his monetization, and he was like, fuck it. Why even bother? Your name is Michelle, channel Criminally Obsessed. Do you watch JCS Red? His stuff is phenomenal. Like, I'm not a big interrogation person. He is like the best. I mean, every single video this man puts out, thank you, who knows, every single video this man puts out gets millions of views. He's like, he can't fail. His last video he sent me, he's like, tell me what you think of it. Does it sound weird? Does it sound bad? I said, no, it sounds good. I'm like, why are you complaining? You're going to get millions on it. He's like, I know, but I'm not sure if it sounds good. Like, he's a really cool guy. So let me know if you guys want to watch it. Speak now. Forever hold your peace. He's just really intelligent. Is that a yes? Is that a no? You going to bed? You can't go to bed. I already filled stockings. It's only going to be Phoenix in the morning. And 90% of his gifts he knows already. Good night, Michelle. Have a Merry Christmas. You want to watch it? All right. What?
Obviously still do right now. You need coffee or anything? I'm
gonna go get him some food. He hasn't
Okay.
had anything, so-
Joe, I'm just gonna search you, man. Make sure, can I zip that, or do you just want me to pat you down on the outside?
I mean, I'm kind of cold, so.
Well, don't take it up, don't take it
Are
up.
your hands warm? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Despite the seemingly cordial exchange you just watched, 41-year-old Joseph Ferlazzo is at this point classified as extremely dangerous and unpredictable. And it's no coincidence the biggest officer at the Vermont State Police St. Albans Barracks was chosen to conduct this opening sequence of his interrogation.
Long night, huh?
Yeah.
Any knives on those keys?
Oh, you know what? There's like a little baby,
How about that? I just set that right there. We do this, we always make sure anybody that comes in here doesn't have any knives or anything on them. Is that your wallet?
Yeah.
You set that there for me. We're just always, hyper vigilant about everything.
Yeah.
So here, have a seat, make yourself comfortable.
I think Amy said she's gonna get you some food. You said you were hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on
Let's
that.
see what we can get you.
Thanks.
You, what were you doing? Just going to the gas station?
Yeah.
Found you?
Yeah.
No way. Were you on the side of the road?
Yeah, let's walk around the gas station.
Chilling, huh? How you do this? Works good. Keep you cool, man.
Imagine for a moment being told to go into a room with a man who just viciously murdered his wife, but act as if he has done nothing wrong, as though he were a harmless stranger in need of assistance. Your outward demeanor must show no judgment, no suspicion, and certainly no fear. While maintaining such an artificial calm in front of such an unpredictable threat, many people would jump at the sudden clatter of metal from his pocket knife being tossed across the table. And while this officer reveals the smallest crack in composure from the sheer abruptness of it, he immediately blends into the moment and maintains the desired atmosphere.
Works good. Keep you cool, man.
What you're seeing here from the officer is deception, 100% pure.
See what I don't understand though? Why doesn't he whatchamacallit? Why doesn't he take off everything? Like, don't they get searched?
Choreography, and a particular form of psychological maneuvering that just
Who is Joseph and who is Emily Jean? Love Bop.
so happens to work perfectly with this individual's personality. Anytime Joseph tries to be funny or
Oh, you know this case. All right, now I know who Joseph is. Thank you.
charming, the officer responds in the appropriate manner to protect his ego. You will notice he completely strips the atmosphere of its gravity and ensures there is no tension or awkwardness in the exchange. The reason this works so well in this specific circumstance is because Joseph Ferlazzo, in our opinion, is a raging fucking narcissist. He's so incredibly susceptible to the external validation from the officers that he genuinely seems to believe they've taken a strong liking to him, and that he's able to control the environment through his super chill, laid-back personality. To give you some context, Joseph will go on to plead not guilty to all charges. So let's briefly jump ahead 3 years to his trial, and hear in his own words how he supposedly ended up in this interrogation chair.
Please be seated, everyone. Does the defense wish to present a case, Ms. Jan?
Yes, thank you. We call Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly affirm that the evidence you shall give relative to the cause now under consideration.
So Joseph, we're going to take things one subject at a time, okay?
Very good.
How are you feeling this morning?
Very nervous, very
I can tell right there that this lawyer sucks.
anxious, very tired. Yeah.
Okay. Reaches a point where you feel you need a break, let us know, please.
Yes.
The act he's trying to project here is that of a traumatized husband, a man who had no choice but to save his own life from an abuser. He frequently widens his eyes and performs these hard swallows to convey heightened vulnerability and emotional shock, gestures that appear semi-convincing during direct examination, but will completely fall apart under cross-examination.
So let's start with some easy information. Where were you born?
I was born in Pennsylvania, in Reading, Pennsylvania.
When did you move to Vermont?
I moved to Vermont in 2012.
Were you working as a tattoo artist at that time?
Yes, I was.
When did you meet Emily?
I met Emily in 2018.
And to be clear, we're talking about Emily Ferlazzo, who was your wife, right?
Yes.
How did you meet her?
Well, I had initially met her through her friend Lauren. I can't remember her last name. Lauren.
Lauren was an apprentice in his tattoo shop who one day brought in her best friend Emily for a piercing.
When she left, I made a comment to Lauren. I said that. I was like, that friend of yours is something special. I said, I wouldn't mind making her my next ex-wife. Lauren laughed.
You didn't start dating her at that point, did you?
No. I think she was seeing somebody else and I was seeing somebody else.
Emily returns to the shop to get a tattoo. He claims that she called him afterwards, whereas records indicate he was the one who called her.
She wanted
Have you seen this one yet, Bob?
to have more tattooing done. She's like, oh my God, like, I really love this tattoo, like, and now I want more. A week and a half, 2 weeks later,
His eyes speak volumes. Like, he's not even looking at anyone. Like, you could tell this is fucked up.
she's back getting more tattoos. I'm asking her how she's been in the last 2 weeks, how her tattoo healed. Her demeanor was different. She told me she had just broken up with her boyfriend. She dyed her hair a different color. She was extremely flirty. And I was receptive to that. I was like, wow, like, you really seem like pretty open today. Like, and I asked her if she wanted to go have a motorcycle ride and see a tour of some of Vermont.
And did she?
Yes, she did. Yes, we took a motorcycle ride that evening.
So after that night, when did you see Lauren? Excuse me, I keep saying Lauren. Emily next.
The next day.
They hung out every day for the rest of the summer and eventually got married in October.
So you were happy?
I was happy.
And did she seem to be happy?
Yes, she was.
And during these first few months of your relationship, what I've already asked you, you said it was euphoric and you were both happy, right?
Yes, that's right.
What's the matter? You're looking a little,
Yeah, I'm feeling very emotional right now.
what's bothering you?
I miss her.
Let me know when you're ready to start again.
I'm okay.
That was so fucking fake. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
He claims the first several months of the marriage were happy before things started going downhill.
It led to, it led to violence and
explain what you mean
like
by
physical abuse started coming into our relationship.
The only evidence of physical abuse in their relationship was of him abusing her, which colleagues in their work circles had suspected was going on.
Where she would go through my phone and then respond by beating on me.
Was she saying anything to you while this was happening?
Yeah, just really, she was really angry. So, you're a fucking asshole. I don't want to, do I have to swear? Do I have to
I want
quote?
you to say what she said.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she would say, you're a fucking asshole. I can't believe you're still fucking talking to this bitch. And it was a friend of mine that I'd known for years. And I told her that I would stop being physical with this friend and that our relationship wasn't going to dissolve because we were friends since 2014. Like,
Was she angry?
yes, she was very angry. Yes, she was assaulting me.
So she was verbally angry
Yes.
and physically
Yes, ma'am.
hitting you.
Yes, physically.
And did you ever hit her back?
No, ma'am.
You never contacted the police about any of the times that she assaulted you.
The technical term for what you're seeing here is called drawing the sting. It's when the defense raises a damaging issue themselves before the prosecution can exploit it. And Joseph here seems to have practiced this one in the mirror a few times.
No, it's not their business.
not their business. That's a motto that you live your life by, isn't it?
I'm an independent person. I'm a very private person. I don't want to dump my crap on other people.
They then got a dog, bought a camper van, and went to Bolton, Vermont for their 1-year wedding anniversary.
This was our first like road trip as a family. So it's very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Emily too, she was in a good mood.
Yeah, she was super excited to take Rosie out, and she was stoked to meet Nikki and Ariel.
Nikki is his sister, and Ariel is her boyfriend, who they were meeting up with for the anniversary. The first night they got there, while alone together in the camper van, he claims Emily started becoming combative, saying the anniversary idea was terrible and the camper van was stupid.
So I was like, yo, like maybe just like pour yourself a drink and relax.
He then takes the dog out for a walk and brings his handgun with him.
It has tritium sights on it, so you can see in the dark. And that was I had seen some what I believe to be coyote. I like shone a flashlight and I saw a couple sets of eyes in the dark. So Remington's a pretty small dog, and I just wanted to be able to protect her. Magnificent valor.
When he gets back into the camper van, he claims Emily starts berating him about the candles he lit earlier being too bright.
And I said, it's not that bright. Like, you could always just roll over. She got up and ran at me and grabbed one of the candles.
He claims that she begins attacking him with a candlestick.
Where?
She hit me in like my neck and head and in my arms. I was like blocking. I had to restrain her. I had to like physically grab her by her arms and like hold her arms down. And she kept kicking. She actually kicked Remy.
He says that he manages to push her onto the side of the bed and she calms down.
I told her that, that we're not your punching bags. And
You said what?
I told her that we weren't her punching bags.
We weren't.
She kicked Remy.
For the record, Emily adored animals, and this statement was deemed extremely implausible by her peers. Joseph, on the other hand, was accused by his ex-girlfriend of kicking her dog on 2 separate occasions.
And she was kicking me and punching me, and I pushed her back. And I told Remy, I was like, yo, we're gonna take a walk.
After the second walk, he gets back into the camper van, drinks a vodka and Coke, then starts getting into his side of the bed.
So I was climbing over her, and
Yeah, his story just doesn't sound plausible. He's making her sound like she's a fucking psycho. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know either one of them, but it just doesn't sound plausible.
shouted, fuck off. And she like threw an elbow at me, and elbowed me in my groin. And I said, no more hitting. And so we had like a bunch of throw pillows that we like lined around the bed, like the top of the bed where we slept. So one of the throw pillows was right there, and I swatted her with the throw pillow, and I said, stop hitting.
Please remember these next 17 seconds, which we're calling the phony fugue state. He tries to present a foggy, dissociated moment of recollection, with long pauses, forced ums, and a vacant stare. But it's pure performance, and we know it's performance because he'll completely contradict this manner of recollection during cross-examination.
And that's when it happened.
What happened?
She said, that's it, you're dead. And she threw her arm under her pillow.
He earlier made the claim that both him and Emily slept with handguns under their pillows, also deemed highly implausible by witness testimony.
And she pulls her hand out with the Taurus. And
How were you feeling?
I was feeling horrified.
Were you afraid?
I was terrified. Like there was as soon as I saw that, like I just felt like this like wave of heat, like just like red hot. And she started like pushing her body up in an instant, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And like I don't know, like she wasn't stopping. And I was holding my Glock.
He'll later claim he was in the process of putting the gun under his own pillow.
And she started just like coming up at me, and I just fired.
Why?
She was going to shoot me.
And you were afraid?
Very.
From this point forward, he claims to have no memory of the events that followed until he woke up in a police cell 3 days later. But according to corroborated evidence and witness testimony, he had breakfast with his sister the next morning, where he ordered a goat cheese omelet, a side of bacon, and a samosa. He then gave his sister a tattoo. When his sister asked where Emily was, he told her she was sleeping. He then sent a string of text messages to Emily's phone number. The next day, he went to a bonfire party, where he was seen taking bong hits and doing keggers. Later that same evening, he would send Emily another series of text messages. He went for pancakes and a samosa once again the next morning, then sent Emily one final message. It would be shortly after this message that Emily's mother asked Joseph where her daughter was and why her phone had been switched off for so long. He told her they had gotten into a fight and that he hadn't seen Emily in roughly 2 days. Emily was then reported missing. Roughly 7 hours later, as Joseph's friend was driving him back to where the camper van was parked, they noticed police had cordoned off the area. Joseph then told his friend to stop the car, at which point he got out and wandered off into the woods. His next known location was at a maple fields 10 miles away roughly 14 hours later, where by pure happenstance he was spotted by a police officer.
And what was he doing?
He was getting a drink out of the cooler and sort of stepping back from the cooler at that time.
Did you recognize the male?
When he closed the door to the cooler and he turned around and we made eye contact, I was like, wait, I know this person. In that moment, I couldn't figure out where or why. My brain was still trying to catch up with me. But I knew I recognized him.
Okay. And did you ultimately determine how you recognized him?
Yeah, so he walked to the right and then turned to walk up to one of the aisles towards the front of the store, and he turned and looked at me again, and we locked eyes again, and at that point, I recognized that it was Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
It seemed to me, based on my training and experience, it was almost as if he were trying to figure out, fight, flight, freeze, what do I do?
Okay. And what did you say to him?
I said, Joseph, it's you, right? Are you okay?
This was Detective Sergeant Amy Nolan taking the initiative, and one of 2 reasons why the upcoming interrogation you're about to see unfolds the way it does. Joseph Ferlazzo was classified as a homicide suspect. She would have been entirely within her authority to draw her weapon, order him to the ground, and wait for backup to secure the arrest. Instead, relying on her experience and a remarkable amount of both courage and composure, she seized a unique opportunity when it presented itself.
Okay. And what did he do in reply?
He took his drink down and his body language sort of deflated. And he said, no, I'm not okay.
She very gradually explains that he's not in trouble and not under arrest, but feels it could be a good idea for him to accompany her back to the police barracks.
And so did you bring him back to the barracks?
I did. The other thing that we did sort of in that halfway point was I asked him and explained before I could give him a ride. It was our sort of protocol that we had.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you seem to know the case. I don't know anything about this case at all. Like, I'm learning everything from you and watching it. So yeah, I would love for you to come up.
To pat somebody down for weapons before I could allow him in my cruiser with me, and also because I don't have a typical cruiser with what they call the cage in the back to separate the officer from a person that they've picked up for some reason. So he said that was fine. He indicated he had no weapon, so I patted him down real quick.
So it was just you and Mr. Ferlazzo in the ride back to the barracks?
Correct.
And did you speak to him during that time about Emily?
Not about Emily. I asked him, like I said, it was cold that day. I asked him, are you cold? He said he was. I turned the heat up. I said, have you been out all night? Based on the interactions that I knew had occurred the night before, he said he had. I asked him if he, was thirsty, if he was hungry. He said he was. And so again, I told him, I turned the heat up and I told him I would get him something to eat once we got back to the barracks.
The journey to the police station took just under 7 minutes. The second factor behind how this interrogation unfolds is Sergeant Nolan's ability to brief her colleague at speed. It took roughly 30 seconds for the suspect to be greeted at the door by the precinct's commanding officer and walk to interview room 3, during which time she managed to relay the circumstances of his arrest and the precise approach required for this interaction.
Cool, man.
What time did your shift start?
We start at 8.
You did
on day shift, so
I do like 8 to 8, like a 12 or something?
No, it's either 9 or 10 hours.
I'm gonna go get you a sandwich, but we'll just hold you over. You're not gonna eat that? Okay, I'll go get ham, turkey,
Somebody will eat that. I know.
Somebody will.
I know.
bunch of cops around, somebody will. It
Somebody.
was the closest food I could find.
You know, fuck it. Bring
Oh,
it, bring it.
all right,
bring it.
you got it.
I appreciate your effort.
You got it. All right, I'll get you a sandwich.
I'm not a donut kind of guy. Really sweet, you know?
Yeah, it's too much. I laid off sugar for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh my God.
You interested in the blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's cold out there.
You've been here for a while?
Yeah. Yeah, like 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
New faces, I guess, huh?
I guess, yeah.
A lot of turnaround.
Getting text updates from my wife. Today was my daughter's first day in daycare.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Get pictures and stuff?
Not yet. I asked for some. So I was nervous this morning.
You were?
Yeah. She's never been to a daycare or anything before.
She's gonna come back with like a runny nose.
Yeah, right.
That's how I got what I believe was COVID.
Did you?
It was 2019. This cute little kid, literally his entire face was a booger.
Oh, yeah.
But he was beautiful. He had these huge, like, saucers for eyeballs, like big long lashes like this.
Yeah.
And I'm holding them at arm's length, and I'm like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, I'm so sick from this. But it was cute. I bounced him on my lap.
I don't know. When I got arrested, no cop was nice to me. They were fucking assholes. They were like mean and yeah, they're being really nice to him.
Sure enough, you got sick.
So sick.
Yeah.
I think it was COVID. It was like a.
Did you lose like smell and taste and all that?
Not really.
Yeah. So
Not really. It was just kind of like your run-of-the-mill sort of flu.
yeah, yeah.
He talks about COVID for another 2 minutes while the detective continues pretending to be interested in what he has to say.
You know, I masked and I didn't mask and I touched things and I didn't use hand sanitizer every second. And really, I just lived my life the way I was living it.
Yeah.
I just tested negative.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whatever the fuck that thing was in 19 was the thing. The big bad boogie monster.
Yeah, right.
No donut for me. They weren't even nice to me. They were just assholes. You would think I was fucking in jail for murder and some shit.
The super flu that we had to shut America down for.
Crazy times.
He launches into a brief monologue on the global economic fallout of the pandemic.
But then on the low, like everybody's like spending their savings. So then but then it jumped back up.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to be pissing some people off.
Probably. Cool.
Joe?
Are you the guy I'm going to talk to?
Is it Joe or Joseph? Which do you prefer? Do you have a preference?
Whatever's easier for you.
Whatever you prefer. I'm James.
James?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, Seth. How are you?
Dude, that's a bit nice off this TV.
Okay. I'm happy if it hangs right there.
I don't need it for anything.
All right.
Just so you know.
Yep. Appreciate it. Stick your finger up there. It's just, we're just gonna shut the door just for privacy purposes. I'm sure you saw there's a few people walking around.
The actual reason the door is being shut is because it locks from the outside, a standard safety protocol for high-risk cases in Franklin County.
You need,
The detective appears noticeably uneasy about the pocket knife being left on the table. He'll be visibly on edge during the early stages of this interrogation, yet still perform exceptionally well. And this is perhaps our favorite interrogator so far on this channel, because he is the exact opposite of the person he is sitting across the table from.
do you need anything? I see you got water. Somebody got you some food? Yeah.
Why would they leave a pocket knife on the table? That's so weird.
I'm good. Okay. I'm good. All right. So like I said, my name is James. This is Seth. We work for the state police. We're detectives. We've been trying to get up to speed on what's going on today. And it's our understanding that you might be able to help us kind of understand a few things. We are happy to listen. Our ultimate goal is to find Emily. And we're hoping that you can help us with that. Before we get going, I just want to be fair to you. Obviously, we're here in a state police barracks, right? And I just said we're the state police. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of the rights that you have. So I'll read these to you. We're here in St. Albans, Vermont. All right. Well, why don't we, I think what would be helpful for me is just have you start from the beginning of what happened, and start from the beginning, and we'll listen. And then, maybe at the end we'll have a few questions, but we'll go from there. Is that fair? Yeah. All right, so I'll turn it over to you. So kind of what happened?
So I came to Vermont. I was living in New Hampshire for like the last 2 months with my wife and her family. And I came to Vermont. We were supposed to have like a weekend away, vacation, do some camping, like have some fun. And like as soon as I put the vehicle in park, my wife went completely berserk, completely psychotic. And I shot her as a result of that. And now here we are. So.
All right. Can you, where did that happen?
Bolton, Vermont.
Okay. All right. So, I guess my next question is, when did that happen?
He says it happened early on Friday morning at the Bolton Ski Resort, which is 4.5 days prior to this moment. He then makes a passing comment about, quote, cleaning up after the incident.
I don't know anything past that.
Okay. Describe what you mean when you say you cleaned up.
There was blood coming out of her head, so I put a bag over it to catch the blood, and cleaned up. There's blood on the pillow, so I just bagged everything up.
Okay. Where's Emily?
She's in the bus.
Where in the bus?
In the bathroom.
She's in the bathroom. I haven't been in the bus. So can you describe the bus for me? What's the layout? You walk through the doors.
Bathroom and a kitchen and a bed.
He draws out a diagram of the inside of the camper van.
Okay. And so after you kind of clean up and you put Emily in the bathroom, what do you do?
I don't know. The following morning, I had some breakfast with my sister. I had some coffee and some breakfast with her.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I had some coffee and some breakfast with my sister.
In the Airbnb?
The coffee was in the Airbnb, and then we ran down the street for some breakfast.
Okay. Did you talk about what had happened?
No.
No?
No, I was meeting her new boyfriend, so.
Okay. All right. Did they ask about Emily?
Yeah.
What'd they ask?
Just what's her deal?
What'd you say?
I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, my role is like her husband, but also I'm just a punching bag. Like, and then,
Did they ask where she was when you went out to breakfast? What did you say?
she's still sleeping.
Okay. So, all right.
He rambles through a series of unrelated tangents before getting to the moment when his friend was driving him back to the camper van, and he saw the police officers waiting outside.
And he turned the car around, and I was like, listen, I'm going to jump out of this car, so, like, I can't do this right now. I just need some air. Like, I can't breathe. I'm, like, overheating. Like, so I got out, and that was it. He drove away.
Where'd you sleep last night?
I found the tarp and just rolled myself up under a rock. It was dark. I just heard a tarp blowing.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so give us some insight up to this point. Like, what do you know?
Well, so he was like 42-ish. He was in
Okay.
his 40s, lower 40s, and his Emily, that became his wife, was in her early 20s. So there was already a big age gap there, and probably perfect for easier manipulation.
Okay.
But he wanted an open marriage. He wanted for him to be able to sleep with other women, and she was going to remain faithful. She had shared with him that she never was comfortable with it, didn't want it, but she started to really put her foot down, saying, like, I'm not happy. And so she wanted out. Like, either you need to stop sleeping with other women, or this marriage, we just need to end it. That is ultimately what led to this night. But like I said, it was right on the heels of Gabby Petito, and so the similarities were just frightening because she was missing, he was wanted, and they had been on a trip. It was in a van, and I kind of covered that as they were searching. And then once they found him in the van, then they did the press conference and discussed that just at that time that he claimed there had been an argument, that she kicked him in the nuts, and that because she assaulted him is what led to him killing her.
Yeah, that's what he was saying earlier in the interrogation, that maybe it was when you went to switch out laundry, but when he was on the stand, actually, that's what he was saying, that, oh, they were fighting and she came after him and she kicked him in the nuts and she hit him with a candlestick. And it was like, all right, dude, come on now.
Well, he says that he then let her go to bed, and that just doesn't add up. It isn't self-defense. If you are in the heat of the moment, then the person is able to go to sleep, waiting until she is sleeping. The other part that he said, admitted now, that he shot her. What he doesn't say is that he put one of the pillows over her head first. So how in fear were you that she was pulling her gun and you just quickly had to use yours? If you actually were putting a pillow over the top of her first. And then also what they haven't got to is that he ends up using a knife on her to stab her, not just in the dismemberment. That happens when he's trying to figure out what to do with her remains afterward. So this man is a sick individual, disgusting, his way or no way. And when she wasn't going to let it be his way, she wasn't okay with it. Well, now, no, nobody can have you. And so he waited till she went to bed, completely vulnerable, and stabbed her, shot her, and then puts her head, wraps it in a garbage bag, takes her over to the bathtub, and begins the dismemberment, and then has to pause because he needs to go have breakfast with his sister and her boyfriend, and even allows the sister to give him a tattoo. I mean, all these things, like his sister is traumatized off of knowing, like, that tattoo she gave him what he had been doing and then went back to resume doing. And so when the police found the van, yeah, there were multiple bags of parts of her body put in it.
Wow.
And he sits here, as you saw on the stand, he thinks he's the victim. He thinks people are going to pity him and feel bad for him, and it infuriates me. Like, oh, if I could just get through the screen, like, disgusting, disgusting. And again, he showed up at her parents' home because at that time they didn't have a house, and so they were staying in the van outside of her parents' home. He dared to show back up to the home without their daughter, and they're like, "Where's Emily? Why can't we get a hold of Emily?" "Oh, well, we got in an argument when we were driving, and she said to stop and let her out, and I did, and I don't know where she is now." He's just a liar, manipulator. I mean, dirtbag of all dirtbags.
Wasn't there blood all over the van?
Oh, yeah. I mean, plenty enough, yeah, between, like, on the bedding where he stabbed, shot, and then, like I said, he put the bag over her head trying to catch some of the blood, and then took her over to the bathtub shower area so that it would drain in there. But of course, yeah, the van was covered in it. But when he showed up, like, the van he kept stashed, like, tried to hide it, and was getting a ride from his friend, who he did end up confessing, and that I learned from a woman that came in my chat that night that said she actually knew him, and she talked to me off record, but did later share with me more details on it. And she had spoke with the friend who said he was giving him a ride, and he had lied, and finally he asked him, like, "Come on, what's going on? Like, where is Emily? What happened?" And he confessed, and at that point he hit the brakes and told him, "You need to get out of my car right now. You need to get out. Get out."
Wow.
And he's the one that called the police. It said, "I just had a confession." I let him out at this area, da da da. And so that's what stepped it up for the police even further. Besides the fact there's a report of a missing girl, that he officially confessed to a friend. But,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
awful.
crazy.
He didn't care who he dragged into it. And I mean, he was even sitting he went to the bonfire at the front with the friend after killing her, and just said that they had gotten an argument, and I mean, just trying to act like nothing happened. If anything, he was the victim of her, and
Now,
nothing further.
was this after Petito went public?
Yeah, and after she had been found.
So
And
he
I
got
believe
so he got ideas from it, basically.
maybe, possibly. I mean, I don't like, it makes me so angry that he even thought that this was like the go-to thing, gonna be okay, gonna get away with it, and then continue to pursue it even through trial and everything. How much he
Don't
got from that, I don't know.
don't people realize that after probably 1999, it's almost impossible to get away with murder? Like in the 80s, it was much easier to get away with it. But nowadays, there's no way you're getting away with it.
With all of the cameras and whatnot too. That's why the Brown University shooting, I was like flabbergasted. Like, what is going on? What in today's
Exactly.
day with all these cameras? How don't
Yep.
you know what did he look like? Like, where's the images that you could see clearly? And it was
Ex-
shocking. But
Exactly. Cameras, DNA testing, even all these cases that are being solved from like 40 years ago, these people thought they're scot-free. They never got caught. Well, if you have a good detective that's going through all DNA, yeah, you're going to get busted again.
yeah, I'm trying to look up something really quick because I feel like I remember that. I just want to confirm it though. Prosecutors say that Gabby Petito's case may have helped police find Joseph Relazzo's wife and ultimately convict him. I was trying to remember if this is the one that he had said that he was familiar with the case and that
What, Petito?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also don't know. You have to be such a narcissist in order to dismember someone. I can handle gore. I can handle tons of gore. I don't think I can handle seeing somebody literally cut up. You know what I mean? Like taking off someone's head. I don't think I can handle that. And I can handle just about anything.
That's what I've even had that conversation with people in my life. Like, it's somebody that you are at one point at least loved. How could
Exactly.
you? Like somebody that you were intimate with. How could you go up at the upper part of their leg? I just don't understand.
Exactly.
I just don't. Yeah, I agree. And I know a lot of times, sure, there are some that do it because they're sick and do enjoy it, but the most time that dismemberment happens is because of trying to figure out what to do with the
Mhm.
body and how to hide it. So, I mean, I don't know if that gives any.
Did you see the movie with about Luke Magnotta? The, Don't Fuck with Cats, but I mean the unedited version.
I'm not positive the one I saw was unedited.
Oh, someone sent it to me years ago when I first got into true crime. And there was, and like I said, I can handle just about anything. Like gore doesn't bother me. Even real life gore doesn't bother me. There was a scene at the very end that in the uncut version, the raw version, when he put his cat on this guy's butt and the cat was eating the cheek of his ass. When I tell you, I literally went in the bathroom and threw up. And I don't that's not me. Like I can handle all that. But there was something about the rawness of this cat literally eating this kid's ass.
Ew.
It was so gross. And I at that moment I thought I could never handle someone being dismembered. Like just going through the layers of skin and the flesh, there's no way I could ever handle a dismemberment. So that's every time I hear about dismemberment, I always think of that video because it was just sick.
Wow. No, I don't think I saw. I definitely didn't see that part. I
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
it's bad.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Ew. And I don't even really remember a lot of. I watched it, or I attempted to watch it. I don't remember a lot of the details though, but I know I definitely didn't see that, or I think I would remember that. Hmm.
It's the most of it is just him killing this guy with an ice pick. But that wasn't that almost looked like a Hollywood movie. Like that wasn't as intense, but this cat eating the ass cheek at the end was just too much. And honestly, I'll never forget it. Like it has stuck in my mind for years. But it's vile.
Yuck. Yeah, okay, so is it I was looking this up. It just says that that it might have been indirect, that Joseph may have been indirectly influenced by the high public and police attention given to Gabby Petito case. And then even the prosecutor had said that because Gabby Petito's investigation had just occurred, police were quicker to investigate Joseph, potentially preventing him from fully disposing of her remains, and that
Wow.
the two cases had similarities that drew media and public attention. Both involved young women. Gabby, 22, Emily, 22, went missing during a van lifestyle road trip with their older partner. Both cases involved initial missing person report from the family after the husband or fiance returned without the woman. And both cases involved domestic violence dynamics, with police having been called to previous altercations in the Petito case and Ferlazzo case,
Very
involving an
interesting.
argument that led to a murder. Yeah, argument led to a murder.
Wow. Did this case, because I never heard of this, did this case get overshadowed because of Petito case?
Probably likely. Likely. I know that there was definitely some attention, but it was super short, very, very short, because it
Yeah.
wasn't nearly as long of a search for her or him compared
I
to
gotcha.
Gabby and Brian. I mean, that one really dragged out quite a long while. So I think it would have if it had gone on longer.
I
Because
gotcha.
initially, yeah, there were people that kind of put out the awareness, but he was found and then the van so quickly.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the video.
I wrapped myself up. I was freezing and shivering. Found a place that was it was crazy windy, 40 degrees. So I was just trying to stay warm.
Okay.
I was just wandering aimless and
Well, I appreciate you telling me all that and kind of doing the time span from Friday when you got to Vermont, so kind of how we ended up here today.
do you have any other questions?
Yeah, is that okay? What I'd like to do is really focus in on Friday itself and the incident with you and Emily, and kind of go over that with a little bit more detail. Is that fair? So my understanding from what you told me is that you got into Vermont between 7 and 8 p.m.
The initial release of the interrogation footage cuts out at this moment. What we know is that they decided to take a break, and Joseph went to use the bathroom. The footage resumes 13 minutes later. Joseph's demeanor while outside the interrogation room was reportedly bizarre, which officers later described as a feigned mild panic attack, noting that he appeared to be forcing a state of vulnerability as a way of presenting himself as the victim. You'll see remnants of it as he now interacts with the officer who escorted him to the bathroom.
Anything else? You good? Some company?
You know what I always wonder too? I always wonder if so many people that get arrested, do you think you're going to bullshit these cops and they're just going to be like, all right, have a good day? Like, how do they not know they're not leaving again? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Especially him. He's a terrible liar. Like, it's just all over his face, and the harder he tries to make it look believable, it's just like...
Exactly. He doesn't do a good job.
No.
Yeah, I'll stand right here. Absolutely.
You can come sit.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'll sit with you.
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Joseph.
Nice to meet you.
Are you the individual that sort of comes in during the breaks and sits with Mr. Filazzo?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'll sit with you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, hot. Sam. How long have you been in Vermont?
I've been in Vermont my whole life.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been with the state police for almost 24 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
What's your favorite part of doing this?
A very interesting detail of this moment is that Sergeant Truex could not once recall being asked such a simple question in his 24 years of service. He hadn't once been to therapy, and remarkably can't remember a single moment where he actually sat down and reflected on such a straightforward concept. So the fact that the moment finally arrives from a psycho murderer playing with his food makes his forthcoming pause of contemplation somewhat absurd, yet absolutely compelling.
Just trying to do the best we can for people's families, probably.
Yeah, it's super important.
Turkey sandwich?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me grab you a couple of napkins.
or something? I'll go grab some.
You don't eat carbs, do you? You took all the bread off. I noticed that.
Smart
Little-
man.
Little lettuce wrap.
He'll dismember his wife, but he won't eat bread. Okay.
I was just feeling so violent watching him eat that sandwich. I'm like, I just want to jam it down his throat. Like, he had no issue right after either, going to breakfast with his sister.
Exactly.
Sick.
Do what you gotta do, right?
Well, I mean, if I'm not burning the calories, why would I put them in?
Right.
They ease back into it by asking him non-threatening questions, mainly about his travel patterns in the days following the incident.
Yeah, I think I stopped at that gas station right there and just got right on 89. Yeah.
What was the plan with Emily's body? Like, if the police hadn't shown up last night at the bus, what was your plan?
I didn't really have a plan. I was just gonna like take it into the woods and drop it off.
Where?
I don't know. Like I said, I had no plan. I was just gonna take it into the woods and drop it off.
Did you use your phone at all to like search anything? Relate like were you like, what do I do? That kind of thing? Did you do any like Google searches or Safari searches about what you should do?
No.
Didn't look up anything?
No.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah, no,
Trying to make sure.
That's a normal question, right?
Did you use your phone to search anything in this past weekend related to what happened on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, I didn't have any questions.
Okay.
You Nothing that I was like, ooh, I wonder what the other humans do. Like,
When you said earlier that you put the bag over Emily's head, did you just put it over her head or like her whole body in a bag?
now her body's bagged up.
Her whole body's bagged up? Describe that to me.
So I cut her body and put it in multiple bags.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Like,
how did you cut her body?
I used a saw and cut her body into smaller, backed it up, and I was gonna take it in the woods.
Okay. Where did you do that?
In the bus.
On the bus? Okay. Where's the saw?
On the bus.
What kind of saw is it? Describe it to me.
Hand saw.
Just a hand saw? Did you carry any out into the woods?
Mm-hmm.
Every piece of Emily's body is still on that bus?
Where I made the little circle in that little paper.
Okay. That's important.
And he did it with a fucking handsaw? That's even worse.
Sorry guys, I know this is probably not an awesome way to have your day go.
Well, those are the, those are the details that I was talking about that are important for us to know.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, this investigation is going to take time, and those details will come out, but, I think it's better to hear it from you. So, with that being said, what else haven't we talked about that is important for us to know about what happens to Emily?
That's it. We talked about all of it.
All of it?
I don't know what else to tell you.
So I think we're going to step out for a minute. Do you need more coffee or water or anything?
No, I have both.
You have both? You have to use the bathroom?
No.
Okay. I think those are your chips.
No, you can eat them. I don't eat chips.
Oh, you don't? Oh, hell no.
Starches.
You don't eat any starch?
To play games with your stomach, or you just
No.
don't eat it?
No, if I was going to go hiking, maybe, if I needed it, but I'm sitting here, not doing anything.
Okay.
That's like Kohlberger. How do you commit murder, dismemberment, but you're worried about starches and shit? It's fucking weird.
When you would leave the room and come back in, did he recall who you were?
Yes. Passing moments like this may seem inconsequential, yet it's the prosecution's way of establishing mental competency, effectively neutralizing any possible argument that he was operating in a diminished or compromised state.
How you doing, Joe? You feeling better?
Not really.
No?
Not really. So past this part, how much do you know about the next part?
Like in general, or?
Yeah.
So every case is a little bit different. First of all, the other detectives are going to want to make sure that what you're saying is true. And Emily's on the bus.
Yeah, yes, cigarettes.
I have them right here. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
We're going to verify some stuff, and then,
Yeah.
Cigarette time.
Yeah.
You want one?
Oh my
That's what I heard.
Jesus.
The conversation was reportedly casual as they went out for a cigarette.
Something else that kind of comes to mind, having this open conversation, I might as well ask is
Ask me anything.
Before this investigator went outside with Joseph for a cigarette, he was briefed on some additional details. One of them was that almost 12 years to the date, Joseph's stepmother was stabbed to death in her own home. The case was never solved. They also discovered that in addition to shooting his wife twice, he stabbed her 18 times.
Is this the first time that something like this has happened?
Yeah.
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 It seems like it's pretty.
It's awful.
Pretty in depth.
It's fucking awful, dude. Like, I don't know if it was you or if it was Sam, but if you would have talked to me a week ago, it would have been on the top of the list of things that I would never do. But it was such a fucking brutal week. Like nonstop, like morning to night.
Mm-hmm.
Emily was upset because the location he chose for their 1-year anniversary was the exact location his ex-girlfriend was staying, and that's what he's currently talking about.
And I don't know what the hell happened. It's just like a complete change.
All right.
Oh, he knew his ex-girlfriend was there?
Oh yeah, he is a dirtbag every way you cut it. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Well, why don't we go see where they're at? And
Let me just put your name in here, okay? So it's Joseph, right? I'm Joe. So this is Amy.
I met it.
Oh, okay. So Amy,
What do you need from me?
Amy's gonna take your pictures.
They first take pictures of his face, hands, and clothing.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do swabs of your hands, but, all right, so I have not watched, your interview, but my understanding is that, there was some kind of physical altercation with you and Emily, and that you may have been struck, hit, kicked, something like that.
Right.
Will you consent to me taking photographs of you without clothing on? And if you're not comfortable with it being me, I can have Robbie do it, to see if there's any bruising on you. I mean, we can get, like, I could do chest and maybe legs if do you have underwear on?
What the hell did we just watch?
I mean, we can get, like, I could do chest and maybe legs if do you have underwear on?
This guy is so unbelievably creepy, it's almost unbelievable. Our personal take on what he's doing here must have something to do with Sergeant Nolan's tactical display of approachability during their encounter. Something that Mr. Ferlazzo has catastrophically misread, and maybe feels he can use to his advantage in this situation somehow. Or perhaps just deepen whatever distorted sense of self this is feeding into. Whatever the case, it's just so excruciatingly embarrassing that we almost didn't put it in this video.
If you're willing to let me, as part of the consent, to do photographs of your body as well? Okay.
Not a single bruise or scratch was discovered on his body. Not one. Though he was sure to point out some ever so slightly reddish marks on parts of his skin that he could have got from sleeping out in the woods, or perhaps a moderately hot shower. The moment he was finally informed that he was under arrest and going to jail was regrettably not captured on video. As mentioned before, the initial release of this footage came partially redacted, but you can rest assured that it will all come full circle before this video concludes.
Okay. All right, you're all set. Thank you.
The truth is that before leaving New Hampshire, you stopped at Market Basket.
The Market Basket supermarket was where he went to buy the tools to dispose of Emily's body, a moment beyond what he's now claiming to remember, and you'll notice how incredibly attuned he is to the challenges directed toward this assertion. His claim of having no recollection beyond a certain moment is designed to support the idea that he entered some kind of fugue state brought on by shock, suggesting that in his right mind, he would never have dismembered his wife or attempted to bury her in the woods. It's also the explanation he leans on for why he failed to clearly articulate during his interrogation how gravely his life was in danger, the key detail of his self-defense claim.
Right?
I did see that, yes.
That's the truth.
I saw that on the PowerPoint.
And it's the truth.
I don't remember it, but yes.
And you spent $60.43 at Market Basket.
Is that what happened? I don't remember sending the text, but you have it there in front of you, so.
And you said to her, I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
And you said, you still drink coffee?
All right.
You said that to your sister?
That was what I said to her. That's you have that.
Would you like to see the text?
I don't remember the text. I don't remember the text exactly. So if you have them, then
Do you want to see them?
I mean, I don't have to. If you're going to read them to me, then we can do it this way. Or
So you've testified that Emily was mad when you got to Bolton.
she was angry.
A detail mentioned by several people in the courtroom who knew Ferlazzo personally was that parts of his speech and articulation had noticeably changed during this testimony, especially the word yes. The way you'll hear him say this word isn't how he usually spoke.
So Emily's mad at you. You guys argue, is that correct?
Yes.
And she's rebuffing you.
Yes.
She doesn't want to dance.
No.
She doesn't want the candles on.
Correct.
She just wants to go to bed.
She didn't say anything to me.
She went and laid down in the bed.
Yes.
She's facing outward, scrolling on her phone.
Yes.
You're sitting down on the couch. Correct?
When?
When Emily's saying these hurtful things to you. You're sitting on the couch.
No.
You're in the bed.
No.
You're standing in the aisle.
Yeah, I was doing some.
You're yoga dancing.
Yes, that's correct.
You light some candles,
Yes,
and Emily doesn't like the candlelight.
that's correct.
And she tells you to put them out.
That's also correct.
And you don't put them out.
No, I don't.
And she gets up and she grabs one of these candles,
Yes.
these big Yankee candles,
Yes.
glass,
Yes, ma'am.
heavy.
Very.
And she starts hitting you in the head with it
Yes, ma'am.
and in the body.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're able to grab onto her and get the candle away from her.
That's correct.
And that is over. She goes and lays back down.
Yes.
When you came in, she was in the bed,
Yes.
and you are trying to relax,
Yes.
trying to enjoy your vacation,
Yes.
and you make a decision,
What decision?
the decision that you need to stop this.
I was having some drinks and smoking.
You decided enough is enough. I'm going to put an end to this.
No.
You got up.
During direct examination, he had a 1,000-yard worried stare as if lost in reflection. Here, he almost continuously glares at the prosecutor, perhaps thinking that projecting this abrasive display of confidence will render him more credible. The issue is that during direct, he presented himself as a broken husband who struggled to recall anything closely connected to the incident. Yet now he's steely-eyed and steadfast. You could argue that the change in questioning style caused the shift in his energy, but it's the extent of the shift and the complete disappearance of the emotional fragility he displayed earlier that makes the argument he is being deceptive. And just to be clear, I believe he's being 100% fraudulent in both these instances. His true self is still an enigma that I doubt has appeared once in this video.
You got up from the couch where
I
you were
was-
having your drink.
I wasn't on the couch.
You told the police that you got up.
I don't remember talking to the police.
You heard yourself tell the police.
His whole demeanor is so weird.
Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah, it really is.
That you got up.
I saw a video.
And you
I was-
heard yourself tell the police that you got up.
I saw the video.
And you got your Glock.
Are we talking about the video?
And when you realized that you had just shot your wife, you didn't call 911.
No.
You didn't go and get your sister.
No.
You told the police that you put her wallet in a bag.
I don't remember talking to the police.
I understand that, Mr. Ferlazzo, but you've listened to the video and you've heard your words. So you told the police that you put her wallet in a bag, correct?
I did see the video.
And you heard you utter the words, I put her wallet in a bag.
I don't remember that.
You heard
Oh,
yourself
the
say
video
those
from
things.
on the video?
Yes.
I saw the video, yeah.
and you heard yourself say, I put her wallet in a bag.
Yes, I did.
You're able to give her that tattoo and successfully give her that tattoo.
Still,
Still,
no memory.
Mr. Ferrazzo, that is your contact information, right?
What do we got here?
You did remember what day of the week it was when you were meeting with James and Seth.
From the video?
This is my favorite moment of cross-examination. He's about to make eye contact with the prosecutor, and something about how she responds, and perhaps how she looks at him, will shake his feigned exterior just that little bit.
From reality.
We are talking about the video, right?
We're talking about reality.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ferrazzo, we can agree that you lie.
Yes, I have lied to people.
You're lying today.
About?
Everything.
I'm sitting here giving you my recall of what I have to work with.
No questions.
So as you heard earlier, multiple segments of Joseph's interrogation were redacted before the footage made its way onto social media. Yet the prosecution made certain the jury viewed it in its entirety. What you're about to watch is, in our opinion, the result of a potent mix of sleep deprivation, mental exhaustion, and an extraordinary lack of situational awareness, very likely enhanced by the calibrated framing that occurred during the opening sequence of his apprehension. He had spent the entire night freezing in the woods, likely terrified and in a state of panic, after coming down off a 3-day bender of drugs and alcohol. Then, while at his most depleted, he was met by a figure of authority who offered him warmth and understanding, followed by another reassuring encounter where the rapport seemed effortless and disarming. The focus of the moment was subtly shifted away from the horror of what he had done, onto his own inflated sense of worth and self-pity, followed by a continuous process of positive affirmations and ego reinforcement, all of which forged the environment and the oncoming result that occurred in the 3 previously redacted segments of footage you are about to watch.
How does that turn into, I heard you say that you shot her, so explain how that incident continued.
I don't know. Something inside me said enough is enough.
Okay. Can you describe Emily when you shot her? Like, what was she doing?
She had stopped fighting and she had gone and laid down. And I went and jumped on top of her. And I shot her in the head.
Okay. How many times?
2.
If you could talk to Emily's parents, is there anything that you would say?
I mean, clearly I would apologize for being such a shit. But
What about Emily?
Huh?
What about Emily? What would you say to Emily?
You don't fucking treat people like this.
Oh, hell no, he did not just say that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Ugh.
I can tell you that I wish it didn't happen. I wish I could turn back time. I wish that I was just, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever just like wanted to be a dick, but I mean, I don't do it that well. Like, so
yeah,
I'm usually just like, okay, like, he'll talk about it, fix it, you know, whatever. But
So you felt she was being kind of like a dick just to be a dick?
yeah,
All right.
you know, like, I don't think that, you know what I mean? Like, I suppose it would be like, if I mean, I told you guys, and you're just both like looking at me, you know, but I'm sure you're thinking like, wow, this dude, what the fuck? You know, like, what pushes a man to do such a thing? Like, I would never do that. And I believe me, if you would have asked me last week, I would have said the same thing. Like,
I don't think I've ever been in your shoes, so no.
Had Joseph Ferlazzo been met with immediate confrontation and transparency, none of this would have plausibly occurred. His demeanor and method of response from cross-examination is likely what you would have seen throughout this interrogation. Yet due to the powers permitted under U.S. protocol, he was guided to a place where he could no longer walk back from. Now, before moving on to the final part of this video, we need to explore the nuance of this particular element and why that nuance matters. As many of you will know, the permitted use of deception in American policing is extremely controversial, as it's been known to put innocent people into prison through false confessions. Many of these cases have gone viral over the years, with perhaps the most recent involving Thomas Perez Jr.
Well, this video is incredibly disturbing to watch. The man being interrogated is Thomas Perez Jr. He reported his father missing. Fontana police accused Thomas of killing his dad.
It was August of 2018. Fontana police were convinced Perez's father had been murdered. They thought Perez appeared suspicious.
It's really concerning to me that he hasn't been back yet.
They asked Perez to come to the station, and that's where they turned a missing person case into a 17-hour interrogation.
You murdered your dad.
No, I did
Yes, you
not.
did. Yeah,
Yes.
Daddy's dead because of you.
We just told you we found your dead dad, and you don't give a.
They even brought in Perez's best friend to try and get a confession.
Dude, they got you a murder, Dad. They got you a murder. Impossible.
When that didn't work, detectives brought in Perez's dog.
You killed him, and he's dead. And your dog is sitting here looking at you, knowing that you killed your dad. Did you stab him?
I didn't think that I did.
But if you did, where would you have stabbed him?
Might have been in the belly.
They learned that Tom's father was alive and well and was at LAX airport ready to take a flight to go visit his sister.
Steering filed a civil rights lawsuit in federal court against the city of Fontana, and the suit was settled for nearly $900,000.
Now, while both of these cases fall under the umbrella category of deception, you may have noticed they were starkly different in nature. One consisted of the futility technique and maximization. The inevitability of outcome was imposed to such an extent that it caused the subject to have an emotional crisis, while the other consisted of rapport development and minimization. There was no applied pressure nor manufactured sense of urgency, and the subject was given the space to construct his own perception of the situation, then full flexibility in how he chose to respond. One worked through fear and coercion, the other through guile and manipulation. But more importantly, one can cause considerable harm to the innocent, while the other presents a far lower risk of doing so. And as you've seen throughout this video, it can be somewhat effective when used correctly. But anyway, here's the remaining segment of Ferlazzo's redacted footage, right about the time where he realizes he just told on himself.
Knowing full well exactly where she is and what he has done to her, he texts her phone one last time. You're an asshole. I don't deserve this shit. Ms. Adams told you in the state's opening statement that this case and this crime is about ego. Mr. Ferlazzo's ego, and Mr. Ferlazzo's nearly 42-year-old ego being unable to accept his 22-year-old wife disrespecting him. An ego so inflated that after killing her, taking her life because he didn't like the things she was saying to him, because she didn't want to be with him anymore, he calls her an asshole. He tells her that he doesn't deserve this. The state submits that it is Emily, and only Emily, that did not deserve this.
How do you find Mr. Palazzo on the count of first-degree murder, guilty or not guilty? Ms. Jantz, would you like us to poll?
I would.
And Mr. Zago, is that your verdict?
His reaction wasn't recorded as his term was read out, but Joseph Ferlazzo was sentenced to 45 years to life in prison, a punishment many have argued was unexpectedly lenient. He was subsequently investigated for the cold case murder of his stepmother. No charges have since been filed, and the case remains open to this day.
Dang.
911, where's
That's crazy. Before I forget, though, I've been meaning to say this for 2 days already. I don't know how many people knew her, but Seclusion Works, she died. I know that she started with Moon, I think, or started with Brittany, and then she went over to Moon, and then I met her over at Sinners, and then she was over here. She wasn't over here that long, though. And I just heard 2 days ago that she passed away. So being that it's Christmas Eve, I doubt her family is going to see this, but just in case, you never know. Yeah, Tony, she passed away. I don't know the details. Actually, UA told me. I know she was very sick, and I know that it was coming, but yeah, she did. She passed. So I just want to say, heartfelt to her family or any of her friends or people that didn't know. But yeah, she did pass. So
terrible.
Yeah. And I've been meaning to say it for a couple of days and I kept forgetting. Because, you don't really know the right time to just say something like that. But
I don't remember if I've seen her around. I know I had seen her around. And I heard Sinner mention her not being well, but that was about all I've heard since then.
Yeah, because I know she went on Moons and she was a bit wacky. I'm not going to lie. She was a little over the top. And it was almost one of those, you don't know if she was doing it for attention or if she was really serious. At the time, you just didn't know. I mean, it's YouTube. You never know with these people. But there was something about her that I was like, no, I think she's really telling the truth. I'm like, I don't think she's bullshitting. I think she really is that sick. And sure enough, she was.
That's so sad.
I agree. It is sad.
It's got to be hard for her loved ones, too, to have happened just before Christmas.
Oh, I agree.
Mm.
I agree. I lost my dad December 18th of 2014, but being that it's right around the holidays, and yeah, it is tough.
Yeah. I feel like when it comes back around, just kind of whether it be the weather or music or there's just like an atmosphere that kind of brings it back, kind of no matter how many years have gone by.
I agree. So back to this case. That was really good, though. Like I said, I didn't know anything about the case.
Yeah, he did a good job with that.
Oh, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
I'm positive I've seen his voice. I recognize it.
Yeah, it's JCS. He used to go by Jim Can't Swim. I don't know why, but it was a funny name. And then after he got demonetized, he came back under, I think it was JCS Criminal Psychology. And his stuff on what's her name? Jodi Arias. His stuff on Jodi Arias is phenomenal. All he does is interrogation, but absolutely phenomenal. Oh, what's your channel? Bob.
Oh, Burden of Proof.
Oh, it's still Burden of Proof? I didn't know if you changed your name.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have changed it to whatever. The love bot part probably shouldn't have happened. I think it's adding more confusion than anything.
Let me pull it up.
And I heard I've gone live like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times over the year-ish. So it's probably not the easiest to find.
How come you stopped going live?
Oh, I don't know. Combination of things. A little bit of the fact that I'm not into it while I ended up over in what was Krama. My channel wasn't Krama or drama at all. And so I only did missing awareness, true crime, things like that. So Ryan Upchurch, well, he brought me over by accusing me of being Xana May, and so I ended up over at
Did he
Queens.
really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's actually one of the videos that Ikadmal used in his lawsuit against him was him accusing me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that brought me. I heard he was Queen Bee's on panel, and so I went on panel because I had wrote in his comments. Of course, he ignored me, and just said like, "Why are you accusing me of being Xana May? I'm clearly not." And then
Wow.
tried to explain to him like you would think he would get it, but he didn't. So just because he typed her name in, one of my last videos had Xana May's name in the title, and therefore my channel popped up. And therefore he said, Xana May hid hers, and this is her backup channel. No, it's not.
Oh, wow.
And so we had some words on the panel and whatnot. But anyways, so that is what brought me to the Karama area. And the mods in Queen Bees were extremely like friendly, supportive, and like they all were like, "No, you clearly this is terrible that he's accusing you of this and dragging you through it." And so it's the people that kept me around, and then obviously other additional channels, and I ended up becoming friendly with them. So then the fallout happened like 2 years ago around this time, and
Wow.
I wasn't. Yeah, it was really unfortunate because it was about like Grandma Sherry's real life and not.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So like,
That's right.
well, yes, when stuff's brought to YouTube, it's now YouTube's business to do whatever they want with it. But for
Yes.
me, I'm just like that. It's so unfortunate, and I'm so regretful for ever doing that. I mean, I feel really bad for the pain that it caused to Grandma Sherry, and so yeah, between that, like it was just kind of like people, if you're struggling, take a break. Okay, so I did. Mixed with I was already struggling with the cases, just how many I had covered, and my empathy just couldn't bear it anymore. It was really taking a toll on me. It was like secondhand trauma that I was experiencing from all the cases, and so between the two, I was like, I just got to take a break. I got to step back, and so.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually think, and this was my segue to this channel for the new year, like Patreon stuff know this, but one of the main reasons why I'm going back into true crime full time, this community is now nothing but drama.
Right.
Nobody talks about anything but true crime. I mean, anything but drama. Brittany, I'm like, you know what? Now would be the perfect time to do true crime.
The
Because
thing is, we got to
nobody else
break
is
out.
doing
I've been. The thing is, we have to find like a whole new audience.
I agree.
It's very apparent that the audience in what was the Karama sector,
Mhm.
their interest in it. I know that drama can be addicting, and so that's what they enjoy. And when they have the choice, when that's on, they're going to choose that over any kind of true crime or awareness case that's being talked about. Unfortunately. And so until there are a new set of eyes that start to find the channels that do just want to do the true crime, it's going to be a struggle.
See, but I keep saying to myself, this is what I keep justifying. I keep saying to myself, YouTube has like 3 billion people on it.
I know.
How do I get out to more people? And I even said that to JCS. I'm like, he's like, you need to go back true crime. I said, if I go back true crime, you're going to give me a shout out with your 5 million subscribers? He's like, maybe. He's like, go back to true crime. And that's another thing you need. You need people to shout out. You need people to say, hey, check out this channel. I think that's really the only way that it's going to work. But
Because
I'm like,
we know the algorithm. The thing, all of our channels, we're all kind of lightly connected. So I can see something pop up in my feed, I'll watch it, and next thing I know, I hear a couple of different channels will mention it too, and I'm like, we all somehow, like, because it seems we all have the same interest in channels, we're kind of being shown similar things or the same thing. How do you get out of that pocket? I mean, unless you completely turn against, I'm not just talking like the drama channels, but I mean, how do you get seen and out of the pocket? I don't know, because I'll tell you, the algorithm isn't going to help us. It just is going to keep showing us to the same group of people who are preferring. They may like a little bit of true crime, but they prefer to watch the drama, at least over here in the sector. So,
And you are 100% correct, which is why I've been doing drama. But for my own mental health, I can't do it anymore because I don't even like the drama. The drama is not even fun anymore. It used to be fun, and it's not even fun anymore. It's not fun for us. It's not fun for subscribers. It's just, and like JCS even told me, his name's Jim, but even he told me, you have to be consistent. And I know you have been, but it was like, you have to be consistent with true crime. Get rid of the drama. It's not going to get you anywhere. Just be consistent. And I'm like, you're right. Just delete it. And then, I have to get past mentally, like 40 people in a live. Why am I even fucking bothering? But I have to keep that. And I know you have, because you've discussed it before. And it's like putting in all this work. I mean, not that I put in so much work tonight, but in general, you put in all this work, but if nobody's there to watch it, what's the point?
Do you know you're the third channel that I've heard, and one is mainly true crime, dabbles a little bit in a little of defending themselves kind of drama, and then another one that is really just like, let's talk about UFOs, let's talk about just anything, everything, what's in the news, what's going on, conspiracy things. And so either way, both of them have felt the same, like, kind of defeat of why are we putting in this work, whether it's the research, gathering everything and presenting it, and nobody's watching. And you're the third channel now that I've heard mention that. And again, with me, mine was the fact of, I felt like I was letting down because I want to bring awareness. My whole point of even being here was to make people aware and to try to help. And so if no one's watching, that means no one knows. Who am I making aware? Myself and my mods? Like, what? So I felt like I was really letting down the very people I wanted to help. So that was taking a toll on me with it. But I completely understand the research, the time, the energy, the putting it together to present it. Yeah, I get it.
Even just editing a video takes hours.
Yeah,
And
especially
here-
if you're trying to figure out like all the new editing stuff. Oh yeah.
And here you edit a video and 200 people watch it. And it's like, what the fuck did I just spend a whole day doing this for 200 views?
Yeah.
And it is. I was like, I can get a couple thousand views from having the dogs on a short. And
I think that's the other pocket we're in too, where more views come from doing a live stream than they do from an upload. At least that's what I've seen with mine. Like, I'm like, all right, I won't do a long stream. Let's just keep it to the point, right to the point. And then it is always seen less. I think this area of the sector, they like live streams. They like to be interactive. But yeah, a lot of time I'll go into editing just to not have it seen. And YouTube doesn't bring it back around again. It's kind of like one or done. It gets seen, and once it's gone, it's in the past. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And I remember you put in a lot of work in your videos. And I remember at one point you were saying, I don't know whose panel you were on, or maybe it was your own panel, but you were saying that, I'm putting in all this work and like 20 people are watching. And, at the time I couldn't really relate. I was like, I get like that on uploads. I know what she's saying, but not live. Now I feel it. Now I see it.
Yeah, and it's like, I know, at least with me, I don't have like the monetary concern.
Yeah.
That I know has to be an extra layer for those of you that
It
are
is.
monetized. And so, I mean, that would just add so much more stress to it. But with me, like, that wasn't even my approach or concern. It was just merely the other end of like feeling like I'm letting down people I was here to help. So what good am I doing? I felt like I'm making no change, no difference, nothing's helping. What am I doing? Like, am I just talking to the air? And that's kind of how I felt. And that's how I've heard some of the other channels recently say too. Like, what are we doing? you know.
And, in the back of my mind, I keep saying to myself, build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. And I literally keep saying that over and over and over. Like, if I want something to change, make the change. And that I'm a strong believer in. But it's like, okay, how long do I give it? I'm like, you know what? You have people that support you. You have people that financially support you. Do it for them. Don't do it for the masses. Just do it for them, knowing they're interested. And I'm like, yeah, this is how I rationalize to myself,
Yeah,
But
I had to do rationalization too on like
Mhm.
back when I first started. If there's just 5 people hearing about someone that's missing, that's 5 people more than if I wasn't
Exactly.
live talking about it. And
I
so, yeah, I had to revert back to that way of thinking as well.
See, I
Instead of
never
just saying like, well, what? So my mods know? Well, yeah, my mods are still people that didn't know before that now do. So
I never understood why you didn't get more views. Honestly, because even the people
I
you were
don't need
friendly
drama.
with, like before the whole, and by the way, Merry Christmas, Grandma Sherry. Before the whole Grandma Sherry stuff, you were
Aw.
pretty in tight with Queen Bee. And I was always surprised, like, why doesn't she get more views? She's covering cases, she's not doing any drama, and I really never understood it.
Because they want the drama. I will not sensationalize something. So there would never be big sensational title or thumbnail, or even while I'm discussing it. And I also don't go crazy with the speculation. I tried my best just out of respect for those that were involved in the case closest to it, whether it's the victims themselves, family members, law enforcement doing the investigation. I don't want me to be the cause for anyone being hurt or any kind of investigation being messed up. So didn't want to contribute to saying, oh, could it have been this person or that person? Or like, I feel like it would add to the excitement for viewers. And my boyfriend had been trying to tell me, you do realize that YouTube is for entertainment, right? I get that, but I wasn't here to be entertaining. I was here to give awareness, to bring information and facts. That I was very set on only giving facts of cases, and a lot of times I kept my opinion out of it too. Certain cases, like Anna Kepner, that one I've recently come back live to cover. That one I did add opinion, only because it falls very in line with my history, with what happened in my life. So I do have some opinion on the whole situation. But yeah, most of the time, most cases, I won't put opinion in it because what is my opinion going to do? That doesn't solve anything. It's not going to help anything. So
Do you watch Kimberly at all?
no.
Okay, you have to watch Kimberly.
Okay. Oh wait,
She-
yes. One time, I do know who you're talking about. Yes.
She, I think, is exactly what you're trying to be, or not trying to be, trying to do. And what I mean by that is her lives are like, not her lives. When she went live, she failed miserably. She tried going live and got like 20 people in there. But her videos, meanwhile, she's got like 500,000 subs, if not more. But she does no speculation. She presents the facts. All of her videos are anywhere between 1.5 hours and 3 hours. And she goes through the entire timeline and story. And I do think that she adds things to it that there's no way she could even know this stuff. So I don't know if she makes it up to make it entertaining, but she's very, I wouldn't say monotone, but she's very soft tone. And you should watch her because you might be able to get some like good ideas about presenting the facts without any kind of speculation added. And she only does closed cases, but she really just presents facts, and she does it in a way that I think you could definitely relate to. See, I like speculation, but not speculation like the crime community does. It has to be speculation based on facts of the case.
Right. And and behind, like in Discord or when talking with people, I'm more open. Obviously, I have an opinion. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not broken. I do have an opinion on things, and based off of the facts, yeah, I'll have opinions on things or where I think it might be. But I like I said, I always would refrain and make sure that I put my opinion
Mhm.
in the back, just because it's not about my opinion. But yeah, that's why a lot of people they want to hear people's opinions. I just want
Mhm.
to be respectful to I don't want to give an opinion, be wrong, and I've caused harm or pain to people that didn't deserve it. That's just me. I I'm just broken. I don't know. I can't lay my head down at night and be okay thinking that I've hurt people out of just wanting to be perhaps selfish of like, well, I want to give my opinion. This is what I think. And so I don't want to be like that. I don't know. I just stood
Yeah.
against it and wouldn't. But I mean, even so, even if I was getting backing from Queen, and others, at the end of the day, their audience still wanted to see what they were putting out, which was the Krama. And so I get why push come to shove, they were over there watching lives
Yep.
with her and not me. But yeah, so I think that's a huge reason why I would not get a lot of views is because I wouldn't go into the crazy speculation or conspiracies or anything like that.
I usually walk away from any case that has too much conspiracies, even this whole Rob Reiner thing. And, at first I was 100% into the details and knowing about it. Like I loved Rob Reiner. And then all of a sudden, all the clickbait titles showed up. And everyone from Court TV to every creator had this bullshit titles. People with 500,000 subs, people with 1 million subs were making up stuff on a thumbnail. I said, I can't do this. I'm not competing with a bunch of liars and people that lie just for views. I can't do it. I was like, I understand that people want this and they want that sensationalism, but this is someone that's dead. Like, I don't think there should be sensationalism, especially when Nick Reiner has so many issues, and just being an addict and his
Mental health.
schizophrenia, mental
Yeah.
health. Like,
Yep.
I don't think it should be sensationalized. Like, I understand people are interested in knowing the facts and knowing what happened, but it was just so many clickbait titles. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like, I'm just not going to do it. So believe me, I can relate completely
Yeah.
to what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like that. But like, yeah, on any, like you said, you think with what he has going on, it's serious. It shouldn't be having
Mhm.
garbage added in. And that's how I feel on if somebody's missing, like what, nowhere in here is this supposed to be entertaining. It just
Yep.
shouldn't be, in my opinion. And I'm very strong on the opinion. And so, yeah, for myself, I wouldn't do it. But
Like, I could see being clickbaity when it comes to something like Wade Wilson or this guy that we just watched. I can see sensationalism with that. But someone like you just murdered your parents and this is the elite of Hollywood. I think that sensationalism should just be in the fact that of who it was, but it doesn't need all the other stuff. It doesn't need the titles of he's getting, Art in jail and all this. Like, he's in a separate quarter. He's not even in Maine. Like, nobody's getting fucking raped in jail. And
I
just shit like that.
I was watching a lot on it until I clicked on a video. It turned out, of course, most times when I hear an AI voice talking, I'm like,
Oh,
right, okay, sure.
yeah.
Tell me the facts. Anyway, it was actually a British accent, and they were saying that they were the adopted daughter of Rob's, and they went into, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
What?
Disgusting, right? And the comments were like, "Excuse me, when did he adopt somebody? What?" It was
Well,
disgusting, and I ended up leaving it before the video even finished. It was so gross what they were talking about.
wow.
Yeah, and like I think it's crazy that even those AI channels. What about like the one that makes up fake true crime stories and says
Mhm.
like in Vermont on this date, and then makes
Mhm.
up names? And I heard one and I went immediately because I'm very big into following up on anything I'm hearing.
Yep.
I want to know, is this a fact or not?
Yep. I do
And
the same thing.
it didn't even exist. It's not
Yep.
even real. And they were monetized, getting all this money. Like, what's YouTube? What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah, other people whose content is AI, explaining AI, how it can be used as a tool, those channels were losing monetization.
Yep.
Oof.
It's exactly right.
YouTube's got issues.
And there's a couple channels like that. There's one that I found called Last Moments. This channel's growing so fast and it's so fake. And he would put out stories. And at first I was interested. And I'm watching, I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. I'm like, because if this was real, he would use real pictures. And I'm watching it, and I look up that case, doesn't exist. Looked up this, doesn't exist. Looked up that, doesn't exist. I'm like, this is total fraud. So I left a comment. Yeah, I left a comment. Yeah, the guy blocked me in a second. But his channel's probably like 60,000 already, and he barely started.
That's wild. Then there's
insane.
the missing children posters with information on it, and the child doesn't even exist. It's not even real. It's like a Canva.
No shit?
Yep. And they're putting it on Facebook and having all these people share it, and it's not even a real child. They're not missing. Doesn't even exist. Completely made up and fake.
Wow.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I just can't believe just how many people are out scamming and have no issue. Like, they don't care. They'll use children. They'll use like horrific details of case. Let's just make it up. It's good. Like, what? No low, too low. But that's kind of what I feel like's happened in the Karama/Now drama. There's just no low, too low. But I feel like I saw that coming like 2 years ago when things were going down, that I was like, well, I know for me, one, I have too much respect for those that I cover on my channel to incorporate any kind of drama. So that's
Makes
one
sense.
reason I bit my tongue from outside of coming over here. I talked to you that when things went down involving me.
Yeah.
But I didn't have my channel. I won't. And then also respecting Grandma Sherry's wishes. So she didn't want it spoken on, so I wasn't gonna. But I mean,
yeah, once you said that, I totally remembered, because I didn't remember. I was like, what happened to her? Now I get it. Now I totally remember.
With my thought on the whole thing, though, with others that were willing to engage, if you're not willing to go lower than the other person, I recommend you just don't engage. Don't even participate in it. I'm definitely not. I don't do drama. I don't enjoy it. I don't like to hurt other people, and I don't like to be hurt. So it's not a thing for me. And so, no, I definitely was not willing to go lower than anyone else. So why would I engage in it? I'm not going to do it. And I think a couple of channels have now got to that thought too, where they were realizing, like, if they're not willing to have their family be dragged into it, or children, or different their workplace, they have also gone quiet and tried to back out and disengage in the whole situation. So I think that's like anybody that wants to get involved in the drama stuff, just know who your opponent is or who's on the other side. Because if you know that they'll go to a low that you aren't willing to, then don't do it.
I agree.
I don't say, yeah, don't even start.
I definitely agree with that. But this community isn't even a community anymore. You have Granny, Clue, and Queen Bee. They are their own community. And anyone that thinks differently, anyone that thinks that it's like, just put them in their island on their own community. Let's get the rest of the community back together, because they just, to me, they're separate. Like, they don't want to be a part of the community. They have their own little community. Let them keep it. Now we just got to build up the rest of the community. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I think, and it's also like, I don't know, everything veered so off track from just thinking of like Dietz and Jones, and they were just putting out like correcting stuff. I'm not talking even the immediate creators that are involved now. But just bad, like with Dolly or with Molly, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. And it was surrounding Quentin Simon and what was happening during that time. And I just feel like such a big jump has happened from then
Yep.
to now. And so, now Dietz has more family things that really keep her engaged. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for her about that. But then you got like Joneson, who she kind of is like, this is not what I started doing. I don't like this. This isn't where I want to be. And I think that it's something probably you may struggle with too at times when you want to get into just for you true crime, but if you hear too much chatter that's involving your name, you end up wanting to say something. You don't want to
Mhm.
just let people keep running with the narrative. So
And I have to let that go. I have to. I have to not even worry about it, not even think
Mhm.
about it, and focus strictly on my goal.
Mhm.
That's what I have to do mentally for my channel, for my sanity. And it's like I said, it's getting over this hump. It's
Yeah.
getting over the hump without drama. It's getting over the hump. Just do what I want to do, stay true to myself. And it's finding that audience. And it's fucking hard.
Yeah, and I think for you, like it might be like it gets worse before it gets better kind of thing, like
Mhm.
that hump that you're talking.
I think that's where I'm at
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is going to be the actual resisting speaking up for yourself and
Yep.
being able to say, "No, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to say anything." And
That's
once you get
exactly right.
past that, it's a big hump too. I'm not even going to try to minimize it. I think that's going to be a big one. But once you get
Mhm.
past it, then hopefully it'll be a lot easier for you moving forward.
Smooth sailing.
Oof. I mean, let's hope, right?
All right. All right, but I am gonna go. I have to get to bed. I'm like, I keep yawning.
Merry Christmas, by
But
the way.
I want to thank you so much for coming up, so much for
Mhm.
explaining the case. And we should definitely do some stuff together if you want to come back. I mean, we definitely should. Two is better, two heads are better than one, especially on a case. And let me know if you want to do something, honestly.
All right. So long as we're not with no drama.
No drama. Straight
And
true crime, no drama.
in facts in the
Fact,
case.
believe me, I am factual. I really am. That's one of the things that pissed me off, even with Making a Murderer when I started. It's one of the reasons I started because the two, and this was before lives were ever even a thing. You had to do uploads. But the two people that were doing videos on Making a Murderer were not factual. They were sensationalists. They were making stuff up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on video and I'm going to give the facts. And again, I like guessing stuff, certain, but every single thing that I speculate on is based on a fact. It's not, oh, let me randomly say someone was SA'd when that's not even part of the case. That I don't agree with.
Yeah. And like I know with for me, I want to bring awareness of cases, but once they get big, once everyone knows and everyone's
Yep.
talking about it, I back off.
Yep.
Because at that point that's all that I was here to do is hopefully get people to be aware. But that's also when they start crazy like speculation, throwing in lies, things that come in all over the place. That's not fun for me. I don't enjoy it and I will not partake in it. So
I
I'll
agree.
back off. Like Idaho 4, that case, I was actually live covering Monkey and the updates happening when they were digging in the backyard. And the reporter for that same network, they put out a tweet and I read it live. It was about 4 students had been killed. And I'm like, whoa. And I said, I'll give updates as it continues. And I did. And I think one of my last ones was when going live right as they caught Brian and arrested him. And it was just too big. Too many. I just couldn't. I didn't want
I
to be
agree.
associated with it. And I backed off of it.
I
But
completely agree. I'm the exact same way.
and the other
I'll talk about a case and then I won't talk about it again because everyone and their mother is talking about it.
Right. And on the other side of it, I also want to not be a person that's not completing, not following cases to completion.
Mhm.
Because I do, if I'm going to start talking on, I feel like I owe that respect to the family and loved ones to complete it.
I
Or
agree.
at least to your audience that learned about it from you and now you've
Mhm.
never told them what happened. But it's hard with some of those that are bigger cases that
Mhm.
yeah. So anyways, you get it. We get it. We all
I
get it.
do.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas.
You
Have a
too.
good
Merry
day.
Christmas.
Thanks for having me up. Have a good night,
Absolutely.
everyone.
Anytime. And I'll get
Thank
in touch with you.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good
All
night,
right.
everyone.
Bye. All right, guys. Merry Christmas. I am going to bed. Even though it's just me and Phoenix in the morning. Sage is sick. She just told me she had 101. And I'm like almost tempted to say, do you want me to come over? But I'm like, no, I'm too tired. I don't want to go over. So, but I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. I'm sure I will be live at some point tomorrow because it's Christmas. But it was good seeing you guys. Grandma Sherry, Marie. It was good seeing you guys in here. I haven't seen you guys in here in a while. And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I know it was kind of all over the place, but I want to definitely thank Bob for coming up. And at first, I didn't know who that was until Sly said it on the last live she was in. I was like, oh, that's Burden of Proof. So, yeah, she changed her name to Love Bot, but we dropped her channel. I will drop it again because I think I still have it here. Yes, I do. Drop it one more time. And boop. And again, I'll say it. Seclusion works. To her friends, to her family, may she rest in peace. She was very liked. She was always in my lives. It's like as soon as I started, she was in here. And I hope that she rests in peace. And it really upsets me that I haven't heard other people say anything. And it did happen a couple of days ago. We learned about it a couple of days ago. So may she rest in peace on this Christmas Eve. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you have not heard my live from earlier today, check it out. I thought it was a really good live. It is a drama live, but I ripped on everybody and I got it out of my system. And now it's time to move on. So, yes. Did you know that Grandma Sherry? Yeah, she died, found out a couple of days ago. And it kind of upsets me that nobody talked about it. Like I haven't heard anyone from Brittany to Moon, like nobody talked about it. So that's why I wanted to be the first. I mean, they may have. I don't watch them enough, but it should have gone around the community and it never did. So there you go. But I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. If you have grandkids or little kids, you're waking up in the morning, good luck. Me and Phoenix are going to try to sleep because the dogs usually have us up all hours. And I'm going to miss Phoenix because he goes back to school on January 10th. And I'm going to miss him. So, all right. But have fun rapping. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Merry Christmas. Hope Santa brings you stuff. Peace. And thank you guys for the super chats, cash apps, PayPals, everything in between, Christmas gifts. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.